right hand of the jab, and you can like come in with like 2-1 or 1-2-1. So that's like split over the top. Over the right hand. Yeah, if you can slip the jab and come back in for that sternum and then come with the right hand over the top. Yeah, cool. But then just finish off with a jab off of that. What's the score? But how's it? What do you mean by that round? So it could be 50-50, just depends on how they feel. Yeah. Close, too close. Yeah. I got you. We got you. Look for the right. Yeah, right hand over. Correct.
So into the start of the second round, Mosquera of Ecuador in the red, Lenahan of USA in the blue. And not too much to pick between them in that opening round. I felt that...
Round 2. Round 2.
Good left hand there from Mosquera. Just gathers his feet and tries to pursue Lenahan across the ring. And Mosquera's work rate is maybe beginning to tell a little bit in this second round. Just bringing the heat to Lenahan a touch, and it'll be interesting to see if he can handle it. It's nice and warm here. A little bit of a through breeze. That's one of the benefits of boxing outdoors, but the temperature is still pretty high. Lenahan just trying to let the 1-2 go, didn't really land any of it. Left hand there from Mosquera, then a right hand into the body as well. Lenahan just trying to fire back off the back foot. And Mosquera getting on top of him a little bit, and I think the physicality of the fighter from Ecuador is just beginning to show a little bit here. He's looking to try and impose himself. Again, just walks in there, lands a left hand to the body that time. So third and final round here, this opening fight in Ring A, the round of 64 in the 60-kilogram lightweight division. Kevin Andres Mosquera Quintero of Ecuador in the red. Austin Lenahan representing the USA in the blue. Right hand over the top there from Mosquera. Looking for the jab there, Mosquera. Lenahan trying to get off with the right hand counter. And again, Lenahan just looking to try and just box off the back foot a little bit here, seeing if he can tempt Mosquera in and then throw that counter. He's more of a reactive fighter. He has been in this fight, at least anyway. Good strong left hand there from Mosquera. And it's Mosquera who's leading off most of the time. Jab to the body there, and another one.
Round 3.
Missing with the right hand there, Mosquera. Lenahan, I think, claiming a clean blow. I didn't quite trace it myself. A left hand there from Mosquera was neatly blocked by Lenahan. Mosquera just trying to go down to the body. Lenahan dipping low at the waist. Lit use of the jab there from Mosquera. He's kept a consistent work rate in rounds 2 and 3, and I think at times Lenahan has struggled a little bit to stay with him. Right hand counter there from Lenahan was a decent shot. Mosquera didn't bring that jab back quite quick enough. Into the last 20 seconds, good left hand there from Mosquera, and then goes down to the body. And by my reckoning, the red corner fighter has done enough here. A close opening round, rounds 2 and 3, though I would say that he has been the better of the two. Final 10 seconds of this opening contest in ring A. And there goes the bell. So Mosquera gets it by unanimous decision. The way I was looking at it down here at ringside, the first round was quite close. You could have made a decent case for Lenahan in that first round, but rounds 2 and 3, I felt like Mosquera did take it away from him. I think his fitness levels were a bit higher, his endurance was a bit better, and he was just able to bring a greater tempo. So that's our first fight in the books in the lightweight division, 60 kilos.
And the winner of this bout is the boxer from the red corner. On points, Sahak Mohammed Mehdi, IBA, England.
Next contest in the 60 kilogram lightweight division. Please welcome into the ring in the red corner, Muhammad Ali Ashiraliev.
So our next fight again in the 60 kilo division, Muhammad Ali Ashiraliev of Azerbaijan up against Wisdom Barnor of Sierra Leone. And as our MC just announced there, fight number 2, what was due to be fight number 2, has resulted in a walkover win for Rosario Henry, representing IBA Pro. He was due to be in with Luka Veljovic of Bosnia and Herzegovina. And making his way to the ring now, wearing that red-coloured vest, Ashiraliev.
Blue corner, representing Sierra Leone, Wisdom Barnor.
19 years old. Muhammad Ali won the Eindhoven Cup in June, got to the quarterfinals of the European Youths last year. Quite a lot of experience internationally. And he's just waiting for his opponent here, who's making his way round to the blue corner. 23 years old, Wisdom Barnor has boxed at the African Games and the African Championships in 2024. This is the first IBA World Championships after the Paris Olympics. It's the start of a new cycle. You see plenty of new names. And that's one of the most interesting things about it. You get to have a look at some fighters you haven't seen before. And you wonder who might be about to make a name for themselves.
Sri Lanka, Serbia and Latvia. Your referee in charge of the action is from the United Arab Emirates.
And there's Wisdom Barnor, 22 years old. Referee just with the final checks. I'll always have a look at the gloves, have a look at the belt line, have a look at the gum shield, make sure all of those things are exactly where they should be. So Ashir Aliyev of Azerbaijan in the red, Barnor of Sierra Leone in the blue.
Round one.
Ashir Aliyev coming out in that southpaw stance. Barnor, an orthodox style fighter. First time I've seen him in the flesh. And looks to let go with the right hand early on. Doesn't quite land. And immediately you notice that Ashir Aliyev has got that decent balance that you do associate with the likes of Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan. Not up on his toes, but those feet are always the same distance apart, just taking them in and out. But Barnor's looking to try and get on the front foot here early and see if he can get something done, if he can put Ashir Aliyev under some real pressure. Let's go with the right hand to the body there, Barnor. That one got through. Ashir Aliyev, though, just spins out of the corner. Not much has landed so far. Steps in behind the left hand there, Ashir Aliyev. That just about got to the target. I don't think really landed completely clean. Right hand on the move there from Ashir Aliyev, who's got, as I said, good footwork. He's got some sharp skills here. It's Barnor who, for the most part, is taking the centre. Ashir Aliyev working around him. Straight left hand, I think, landed, and then again he hooks on the move there, throws that right hand and moves as he throws it. Barnor trying to trap him in the corner. It's a hard thing to do. He has to keep the faith here, Barnor, and try and keep this pressure level high and try and make those feet slow down. Again, they're both just on the outside there, just slightly on the borderline of range. Ashir Aliyev stoops in with a single to the body, and again there, these are scoring punches. They're easy to see, those singles. Short right hand on the inside, uppercut to the chest, and then a right hand got through as well again there from Ashir Aliyev, who's finding a little bit of a groove here as we head towards the later stages of this first round. And that's slightly ominous for Wisdom Barnor, who landed to the body there, but there was a straight left hand just before that from Ashir Aliyev. Good straight left hand there from Ashir Aliyev. That's the best punch of the fight so far. Took his feet in, shortened it up, and you could see the impact that it made. And this is a good first round for the fighter from Azerbaijan. And that's what he did well in that opening round. He made him miss a few times. He made Wisdom Barnor miss Ashir Aliyev, and then would make him pay. Not with anything particularly hard until he landed that left hand right at the end of the round. But he's landing scoring punches. As I say, those singles to the body are easy punches for the judges to see. And I don't think there's any doubt that he will have taken that first round, Muhammad Ali. Ashir Aliyev, Dubai 2025, 108 countries, 428 fighters, a prize pot of over $8 million, and he sweeps it with all 5 judges there, the fighter in the red corner. So Wisdom Barnor has got it all to do here, and he just has to stick to the method and try and put as much pressure on Ashir Aliyev as he can. Even in these 3-round formats, fighters can gas. Right hand into the body there from Barnor, that's good. Just needs to land. And that body is always the biggest target area. Ashir Aliyev, though, looks very at home in there. feints to throw the lead right hook, didn't let it go in the end. There's that straight left again though, and then just rolls away to his right hand side as soon as he's thrown it, which makes him hard to counter. He doesn't stand and admire his work. Another example there, right hand just hooking on the move as we saw in the first round. That was maybe a little bit of a slap. The referee let it go. Barnall just trying to let his own hands go, which is exactly the right thing to do. But he's got a difficult target to pin down in front of him. Right hand to the body there, and then another left, and this is the way that he does need to go about it. Left into the body from Asher-Aliev. There's that straight left again. It's amazing how often that southpaw straight left hand just snakes through on an orthodox fighter. It's like they don't really see it coming. It doesn't appear on the radar, even though it really, really should. Good right hand there from Barnall. And then just looking to chip away on the inside himself. Asher-Aliev for the first time just trying to get a little bit of a hold on him there. So maybe he is beginning to feel the pressure of touch here as we head into the final minute of round 2. And if Barnall feels that, he's got to really step on him here. If he feels like he might have hit a slight tipping point, then Barnall has got to get after him. There's that left hand again, mostly blocked though by the gloves of Barnall. He's got him in the corner here, and then he just backs off there, Wisdom Barnall, and he gives Asher-Aliev a little bit of room just to step back and then slide off to his left hand side. Right hand into the body there from Barnall. Asher-Aliev, single left to the body. It's been another Asher-Aliev round this, I would say, but Barnall's had more success, particularly in the second half of it. He's just holding his feet a little bit more. They've slowed down, and that's exactly what Barnall needed to happen. I don't think it's happened quite soon enough. Good right hand there from Barnall, right at the end of the round. And there goes the bell. Asher-Aliev is pleased with what he did in that second round. And I would say that, again, it did go his way. The more eye-catching punches, the scoring punches came from him, the majority of them. But Barnall was getting there towards the end of that round. In terms of the scoring, it can be 10-9, 10-8 or 10-7 in any individual round. 10-9 for a close round win, 10-8 for a clear round win, 10-7 for a very dominant round win. A standing count does not necessarily result in a 10-8 round. It's different from professional boxing in that sense. In pro boxing, if a fighter scores a knockdown, then unless the fighter who's on the end of it then completely dominates every second of the rest of the round, it will be 10-8 to the fighter who scored the knockdown. That is not the way that it's scored in IBA boxing. So for the final round, and by my reckoning, Wisdom Barnall has got it all to do here, but he just needs to try and pick up where he left off at the end of round 2. I've just outlined the scoring. It is possible that if you lose the first couple of rounds 10-9 and you have a big finish and manage to close out the third round 10-8 in your favour, then you level it up. And then it goes to the tie break. And that's what he needs to do here. Well, just tripped over the trailing arm there, I think, of Barnall. More than anything else, Asher-Aliev, as he was just backpedaling, kind of spinning out to his right-hand side. I think Asher-Aliev will know that he's got the first couple of rounds in his pocket, and so just doesn't need to do anything too expansive in this third and final round. Just keep those feet moving. Keep those hands moving, Barnall, because that's really the only way this can go wrong for him. I think this has been a decent display, though, from the fighter from Sierra Leone. Got a pretty solid technique. And he's stuck to the task. He's just found himself in with somebody who is into the final minute.
Azerbaijan, Muhammad Ali Ashraliev.
And Ashraliev makes his way through by unanimous decision. I look forward to seeing him again, but as I said, that was a decent display there from Wisdom Barnell. Nothing to reproach himself for. It's all good experience. A fairly tough draw too. And we're staying in the lightweight division with our next fight as we just look at a few highlights of the fight that we've just seen.
Our next contest is in the 60-kilogram lightweight division. Please welcome into the ring from Greece, Georgios Plias.
And this next fight sees Greece up against Latvia, Georgios Plias up against Matvej Prokudins. Plias in the red corner, Prokudins in the blue. Well, his name has been called, Georgios Plias, and he has yet to emerge from the tunnel just over on the far side. Boxed to the 2024 IBA World Youths. Has boxed at the European Youths, got to the quarterfinals. Yeah, that was the same year. And has boxed at the Euro Juniors and Schoolboys. So he's been in the system all the way through. So a good level of experience. That quarterfinal berth that he managed to secure for himself last year at the European Youth, that's his best performance so far. But we are just wondering where he is, because he needs to get a bit of a move on, because you can get...
Please welcome into the ring from Greece, Georgios Plias.
A second call for Georgios Plias. You can get timed out if you take too long. Bakari boxing out of Nairobi, went to the World Championships in 2023, ran into Osbani Vaitia, who, despite his advancing years at that stage, still a very, very good fighter. Commonwealth Games in 2022, World Championships in 2021, Commonwealths again in 2018. He's been around. He has been around. He's been to everything. Dowd not quite as experienced. So southpaw out of the red corner.
Round one.
He almost got clipped there. He went for a long right hand into the body, and as he was pulling back out, Dowd whipped a right hand in, and that wasn't far away at all. And he's looking for that 1-2 again there, and he's got to be careful because he's got fast hands here, Dowd, by the look of it. And he's happy to let Bakari lead off, trusting himself that he's going to have something to say about it. That's an expansive looking left uppercut thrown from almost down by his boots there from Bakari. Good strong right hand there from Bakari. Which has got the makings of a good fight, I think. I mean, in into round one. Right hand into the body, just dipped his knees, dropped his height slightly, found the target. Just backing off there, Dowd. Switching from southpaw into orthodox. Piled in behind the big right hand there, Bakari. Closing stages, and not much to pick between the two of them so far. A lot of what's been thrown hasn't really got through. That was that right hand that almost landed right at the start of the round. He was reaching for that long right to the body there, Bakari. Dowd was alive to it.
Seconds out. Round two.
And Bakari sweeps it on the judges' scorecards. He was the more proactive of the two. I would definitely give him that. As I said, not an enormous amount clean got through, but it was Bakari who, generally speaking, was looking to try and make the running more. Dowd, as I said at the very start, looks to try and trust that hand speed, but I think he does need to try and lead off a bit more, and he's started the second round more in that vein. Touchdown on the glove there. I don't think the referee quite saw it. He's allowed boxing to go on. He wasn't going to term it a knockdown, I don't think, because he was kind of pulled down, half thrown down rather than punched down. Bakari not too far away with that left hook. Good left hand there from Dowd. Just dipping up to his right hand side. He lost control slightly, but it still landed. Nice jab to the body there from Bakari. Dowd's definitely looking more aggressive in this second round, but I think if anything that might suit Bakari. Referee just telling Bakari to keep his head up. He had a quick look at the corner there, and he almost didn't react in time when Dowd came steaming in on him just above us. And Gumshield has come out. A little bit untidy on the inside. Dowd just trying to go after Bakari a bit towards the end of the round here, but not with any great success rather.
So that completes the second round. So there are the scores, and split scoring in that second round, but crucially 3 scores of 20 there in favour of Bakari, so he's now got pretty much an unassailable lead going into the third and final round, you would say.
Seconds out. Third and final round.
So third and final round between these two. Zakaria Dowd of Ethiopia in the red has got it all to do here. Shafi Bakari of Kenya with a decent lead. It's been a keenly fought contest so far. Dowd has just been a little bit disorganised at times. He's got plenty of aggression. He's got good hand speed. He's got some decent agility. And he's going to have to tuck that vest in. That's the verdict there from the referee. Got to make sure you can see that belt line at all times. Good solid right hand there from Bakari as Dowd came forward. Just working away to the body and then just catches Dowd slightly high on the head. Good left hand there from Bakari. Dip to the left. Got good action on it. And again, a left hand just gets through as Dowd comes forward. As I said, the problem he's had really is that he's had plenty of energy. He does have some ability, but he's just lacked a little bit of science on how to apply that hand speed that he definitely does have. Left hand just clipped the top of the head there of Bakari. Just happy giving that ground on the ropes, and then as Dowd came in, he looked to just hook and move off to his left hand side. Didn't quite land it inside the final minute of the third and final round. It's been a good fight, this, right from the beginning. It's been another one similar to a couple we saw in the first session where it's been competitive right from the start, but the edge has been with Bakari from the start. Final few seconds, and Dowdy's going to pursue this right to the very end. And there goes the bell. Touch your gloves. There's a nice stabbing left to the body there from Bakari. He just needs to tighten up a little bit now in all areas, defensively a little bit tighter, but just all round, just punching within the framework of his own body will give him a better chance of landing. He wings them in from fairly dramatic angles at times.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the judges' scorecards where we have a unanimous decision in favor of your winner. In the blue corner, representing Kenya, Shafi Bakari Hassan.
So Kenya gets a win. Unanimous decision on the scorecard, so he swept that final round with all of the judges, dropped it with a couple of judges, dropped round 2 with a couple of judges, so a couple of 29-28s there the rest of the time. It was 30 rounds, 30 points rather to 27. So next up, we're staying in the bantamweight division. Manuel Paulo Banguine of Mozambique and Shervon Fazilov of Tajikistan.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next contest is in the 54-kilogram bantamweight division. Please welcome into the ring first in the red corner, representing Mozambique, Manuel Paulo Banguine.
So the referee has made it into the ring. Hopefully, so will Manuel Paulo Banguine before too long. Here he comes, I think.
And his opponent comes to us in the blue corner, representing Tajikistan, Anushevron Fazlov.
And following him into the blue corner will be Anushevron Fazlov, boxing out of Dushanbe. Banguine silver at the 2024 African Championships.
From Azerbaijan, Colombia, Palestine, Italy and Egypt. Your referee in charge of the action is from Latvia, Sergei Petrunin.
Fazlov, meanwhile, has boxed at the Asian Under-22s this year, won a gold medal in that competition, so that gives you an idea of the level that he's at. But as I mentioned, Banguine has got a silver from the African Championships from last year too, so these two have put in some good performances at international level. Fazlov as well, actually, in 2022 a bronze medal in the Asian Juniors. Banguine in the red, Fazlov in the blue.
Round one.
Fazlov very, very quick across the ring there when the bell went. Fighter in blue boxing out of a southpaw stance. Bit of a size difference between them when you look at them in there. Fazlov very boyish in looks, but physically bigger than his opponent. Nice counter left hand there from Fazlov. Just pulled his weight back and threw the left hand straight down the middle. Left hand to the body there from Fazlov was a neat punch, just dipped to his left, found the angle. He's just short at the moment with most of what he's throwing Banquin. He needs to get slightly closer, which will put him at more risk, but at the minute what he's throwing isn't quite getting there. I think that right hand might just have reached to the body. Another left hand into the body there from Fazlov. He's clever the way he throws that. He just slips that right hand, tilts to the left, and then just throws it, just stabs it into the body. Into the final minutes of round one. I landed the right hand to the body there, then slipped down to a knee, and he was just cuffed by Fazlov as he was down on the knee for his troubles. There's that left hand again. He's finding a home for that almost every single time that he throws it, Fazlov. There's that left into the body again. That one slightly different, pulled his weight back that time and threw that one pretty much straight into the pit of the stomach. It's been a good round this for Fazlov. You can see he's a good fighter. He's sharp. He makes good angles. He's made Banguin just fall a little bit short and then punished him for it every time he's done so. Banguin is bringing it. He's trying to apply the pressure. And there's a counter left hand up top, but skill-wise, he's up against it here, the fighter from Mozambique, because Fazlov is highly skilled, I would say, from watching that first round. And there are the scores. 10-9 across the board there for Anashirvan Fazlov.
Round two.
He loves to get across that ring. You can see him just looking over towards where we're sitting, but we're right next to the timekeeper, waiting for him to hit the bell. So he gets a head start on it almost. As soon as it sounds, he's on the move. Right hand, left hand rather, over the top, slightly over the top that time, landed. And cut with the left hand again there, Banguin. Just couldn't quite pull back far enough. He's got nice long arms on him, Fazilov. Rangy kind of fighter. Good left hand again. Just finds a target. Left hand into the body as well. Follows it up. And Banguin is sticking to his task here. He's trying to apply the pressure. He's a decent fighter. He just can't get much change out of Fazilov. He threw a right hand to the body. He landed it. And then he was open. And he got tagged. And when he makes a mistake, Banguin, he's being made to pay for it. And that's a tough spot to be in. There's that left to the body again. And he keeps landing it. He keeps landing it. Into the final minute of the second round. And it's been an enjoyable watch this. I've not seen Fazilov from ringside before. And he's a good fighter. Just hooking on the move there, throwing that right hand and then stepping off to his right. Banguin just again coming with that right hand, and again he just dipped slightly. He was looking for the uppercut that time, Fazilov. I don't think it really got through, but just a little bit of variation there. Rather than go to the body, he just tried to shovel it up the middle. And there goes the bell. 2 rounds down. That'll be another round in the bag there for Anashirvan Fazilov of Tajikistan. 2025 Asian under 22 champion. And it's that left hand that's done most of the heavy lifting for Fazilov, to the body and to the head. There's a right hand. Just whipped that in from down by his waist. And 10 lines across the board there again. It's been an easy
Seconds
one
out.
to score this one.
Third and final round.
Through the right hand there, Banguin didn't quite get there and then managed to just dip underneath the left hand that came back from Fazilov. And that has been his main problem, because he likes to look for that right hand, but he struggled to get close enough really to land it. And when it's fallen short, it's that left hand that's come back. Left hand into the body there again from Fazilov. So even when he throws it and it does land, he gets one back. And if I were to be critical of Banguin, I would say that one of his problems is that he doesn't have an awful lot more than that right hand. He's always looking to set that up. You see him there with the left, he's just poking that out really, more to measure the distance and try and distract his opponent than anything else. And then it's only a matter of time before he looks for that right hand. He just gets a quick warning about slightly punching around the back. He's looking to try and finish strong here, Banguin. His work rate has been really, really good. He's kept the tempo high right from the start of the fight. And he's trying to ask as many questions of Fazlov here as he possibly can. And he would have been hoping maybe that at some point Fazlov would just tire a little bit. It hasn't really happened, but he's having a good spell here, Banguin. Walks onto a left hand there, but he's going to keep coming. Referee's having a quick word with Fazlov about keeping the punches up. Head towards the final stages here. It's been an enjoyable fight to watch this. Quite a big difference between these two in terms of their skill levels, but at the same time, Fazlov has been made to work hard here. Banguin has always kept the faith that he can get something done here, and he has had his successes at times. They've been fairly fleeting, but he certainly at no point has got discouraged. So 10 seconds. But interesting to get the first look at the reigning Asian under-22 champion, because he is a fighter who is going to take some beating, I would say. And there's no doubt that Fazlov is going to get this on the cards. It's going to be a clean sweep, I would say, of 3 rounds to 0, 30 points to 27 with the judges. Although it's not impossible that 1 or 2 maybe could have gone Banguin's way in that final round.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the judges' scorecards where we have a unanimous decision in favor of your winner. In the blue corner, representing Tajikistan, Anushevran Fazlov.
So 3 rounds to 0 with all 5 of the judges there. Our judges from Azerbaijan, Colombia, Palestine, Italy, Egypt. Pretty easy fight to score. Good performance from Anushevran Fazlov. Be interesting to see how deep into the competition he can go. Picked his punches well right from the beginning, particularly that left hand to the body. There it is, right on cue. And next we head into the light welterweight division, 63.5 kilos. So there are judges from Tajikistan, Afghanistan, Tunisia, Serbia and Kazakhstan. And a referee from Armenia. And we're just waiting for Ring B. They're announcing their fighters in at exactly the same time.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next contest is in the 63.5 kilogram weight class, the light welterweight division. Please welcome into the ring first in the red corner, representing Greece, Stelios Kirsanidis. And also please welcome his opponent representing Switzerland, Tabiso Selby Lamini.
So this is Stelios Kirsanidis making his way in here, 22-year-old from Athens, but born in Russia. A bronze of the European under-22s a couple of years ago.
Your judges for this contest come from Tajikistan, Afghanistan, Tunisia, Serbia and Kazakhstan. Your referee in charge of the action from Armenia is Bagrat Ovoyan.
Thabiso Dlamini from Eswatini is a very experienced fighter. World Championships, African Championships, Commonwealth Games, the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. Went out unfortunately in his first contest, but still a tremendous achievement to get there. He is the team captain. And he's in the blue. Kirsanidis of Greece in the red. Physically, these two fairly similar. Quite tall, rangy fighters. Good start there from Kirsanidis. Landed a right hand and then followed it up with a left, and he's letting his hands go there. Left hand into the body. Quick start from him. Dlamini again just wears another right hand here. He needs to just switch on a little bit. I think he's been caught slightly cold. Good right hand there from Kirsanidis, and he took a little bit of a stumble backwards there, Dlamini. Maybe a slight balance issue. Managed to stay up. Left hand into the body there from Kirsanidis, who's looked nice and compact so far. There's that right hand again from Kirsanidis, chopping down with it. And then decides to go down to the body. He's under pressure here, Dlamini. He's being made to work really, really hard just to stay in this at the moment. Over a minute to go in round one, and Kirsanidis, I think, is putting quite a serious dent in his man here early on. Looking for the uppercut, didn't quite get his feet close enough, Kirsanidis, and Dlamini was able just to take a step off to his left-hand side. Came in with a big looping left hand there, Dlamini, but again he's on the back foot. Right hand connected, and the legs looked a little bit shaky there as he took that one, Dlamini. And Kirsanidis is effective, he gets his feet nice and close, he commits, and when he gets there, he's got a dig on him. He's not looking to load up on things massively, but I think he punches quite hard by the look of it. He could probably do a bit more of that, I think, Dlamini. That use of the jab. This has been a difficult first round for him. There goes the bell. That was good from Kirsanidis. Impressive opening 3 minutes from him. I wonder if he's thinking in terms of a stoppage here. I think he might be able to get one, because I think he's taken a decent chunk off Dlamini in that opening round, particularly with that right hand up close. That was a good one that he landed early in the fight, but he kind of arcs it in from the diagonal almost. It's not quite over the top, and it's not quite a hook. And he's clubbed him in the side of the head with it a couple of times. Just there, that kind of punch there. teammates, team members all coming down to have a look today, just familiarising themselves with
Seconds out.
surroundings. There's a 10-8 in there from Tajikistan. I can understand that. I'm kind of a bit surprised that that's the only one we've had, because that was a dominant round.
Round 2.
And Dlamini just winging in with big wide hooks, but there's that short right hand again. That one a little bit straighter. He's on you all the time, Kursanidis. He's a good fighter to watch. He's not throwing bundles and bundles of punches, but that front foot is on you, taking his space all of the time. And as I said, he's happy to commit. He gets his feet close and punches. Referee just talking to Dlamini there about slapping, making contact with the inside of the glove. Right hand got through there from Dlamini, just caught Kursanidis just coming in a little. And the referee again just talking about the same thing. The way that he throws that right hand, he really just bowls it over the top. And unless it lands at the absolute perfect biting point, he's either going to miss because he's short, or he's going to hit you with the inside of the glove. Kursanidis put quite a lot into that opening round. I wouldn't say he's let the tempo drop dramatically. In the second round, but I think a slight dip, allied with the fact that Dlamini has dug in here, has made this a more even round. Dlamini just switching southpaw briefly. So 1 round to go here. It's a good hard fought contest, this. And that was a better round for Dlamini than the opener, and he needed that, because I was wondering at the end of that first round if Kursanidis could just keep the hammer down, he could be in trouble. But there is a bit of damage to the corner of the eye, not that much of it, so going to get the doctor to have a look at it. Or is it actually more in the eyebrow and it's just running around the corner of the eye? It's hard to tell. Just under 2 minutes remaining in the round. I don't know if that was a punch or a clash of heads. I haven't seen an indication from the referee. If it's clash of heads and the fight gets stopped because of it, then we'll go to the scorecards and Kursanidis will get the win regardless of how this third round is scored, and it will be scored. It would be scored in that eventuality if it was caused by a punch, and of course that's an altogether different matter. Chopping down with the right hand there, Kursanidis. I think it's looking to just keep this on the outside a little bit more if he can. And there's that right hand to the side of the head, and again Lamini just looks unsteady there, and that punch is registering on him every time he gets hit with it. That right hand to the side of the head, it just seems to take his balance away a bit. Good jab, good use of the jab there from Kursanidis. This is what he needs, just for the last 40 seconds. Use that jab, just keep Lamini off him. He doesn't need that cut getting any worse. But again, it's been another one of those contests where there's a clear winner here in Kursanidis, but he's been pushed hard there by Lamini. And it's a good performance you could take from both of them, actually. And Kursanidis is going to get the win here, and hopefully the damage to that eye is not serious. Getting those gloves off. Yes, Swattini, captain. I think did lead by example there.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the judges' scorecards where we have a unanimous decision in favour of your winner. In the red corner, representing Greece, Stelios Kursanidis.
So Kurt scoring them 10 nines across the board. Final 10 seconds of the round. And again, a big lead left hook there from Muntendoyan Ngozi, but it didn't get through, and not the easiest round to score that, because there wasn't an awful lot of clean punching from either one of them. The most side-catching combination of the round came from Neon Zima, about 30-40 seconds out from the bell. He's got a more economical style, Neon Zima, I think that's fair to say. Muntendoyan Ngozi tends to load up on things quite a bit. And that was where he just lost his balance and managed to correct himself, because he could have been in trouble there. And that's the 1-2 that I was talking about.
Seconds out.
And Neon Zima gets it across the board with the judges.
Round 2.
Good right hand there from Neon Zima. Looking for that long 1-2 again, didn't quite manage to land it. Muntendoyan Ngozi is still just looking to try and get on the front foot, kind of swagger forward, let his hands go. But you never really see him throw a jab. He throws a jab there as he tries to move, and he's quickening up those feet. He's trying to bring the pressure to Neon Zima, but Neon Zima's comfortable. He's happy enough just at times giving a bit of ground, and he is giving it. He's not being forced back. Other times he's happy to step into the centre of the ring.
Little feint with the front foot there from Neon Zima, but then just moved in behind. He got his feet a bit closer that time, really slung that right hand through. Left hand lands, and again a decent 1-2, and he's full of confidence now, Neon Zima. You can see from just the way he's bouncing on the balls of his feet there. And Muntendoyan Ngozi, try as he might, there's not all that much he can do about this. He's quite stiff, quite staccato. When you look at him throw his shots, he's muscling them in, he's forcing them in a bit. Whereas Neon Zima has just got that little bit of looseness to him, that nice relaxed style, quite languid.
Seconds out.
A couple of 10-8s in there from the judges, so clear water.
Third and final round.
So Neon Zima in the blue has got a substantial lead here. Up 2-0 with all 5 of the judges. 2 of them scoring that previous round 10-8, so a 3-point margin with those 2, a 2-point margin with the other 3. So Unten Kosi is going to need to knock his man out here really to win this fight. And he will do his absolute best to accomplish that, but it seems unlikely, you would have to say. He's a good fighter, Neon Zima. I've never seen him before. He's nice and organised, he's got good balance. And as I said, he's just nice and loose, and that's so important because it allows you to just keep slinging those punches out without taking too much out of yourself. And there's that long right hand. And you can see the effort on the face of Unten Kosi there when he throws. He doesn't grimace exactly, but he's quite tense. And that just drains the energy from you a lot faster than if you've got the kind of style that Neon Zima's got. Midway through the final round. And as we know, he just needs to avoid disaster in this final round, Neon Zima. And we saw what happened to Kursanidis in that previous fight. The mission here really for him is just keep boxing, keep it long, keep it on the outside. The heads haven't really come that close to cracking together, but just don't pick up any kind of damage from a head clash or an elbow. Don't get tangled up with your man at close range if you don't need to. Final 20 seconds and it's going to be a win for Pacifique Neon Zima of Rwanda, and it's been a good performance. Good jab, nice strong jab to finish with.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to your judges' scorecards where we have a unanimous decision in favor of your winner. In the blue corner, representing Rwanda, Pacifique Neon Zima.
So he takes it by comfortable margins, 3-0 with all of the judges, some 10-8s in there. Now next up we were scheduled to dip into the light middleweight 71 kilo division. That's not going to happen. News of a walkover will be announced shortly.
Ladies and gentlemen, bout 33 was a walk-over contest, therefore proceeding into the next round, representing Libya, will be Khalida Amida. Ladies and gentlemen, our next contest in Ring A is in the 75 kilogram middleweight division. Please welcome into the ring first, representing Palestine, Qasim Aboudabad.
Qasim Aboudabad, 29 years old, 4-0 as a pro, not tons of international experience to go on.
And his opponent comes to the ring in the blue corner, representing IBA Pro, Michael Likalu.
And Michael Likalu, someone I know quite well. I've seen him a few times boxing in the UK, boxing on IBA Pro cards. And he is representing IBA Pro. And that category is for fighters who are professional and who cannot box as amateurs under their national federations.
Egypt, Afghanistan, Serbia, Tajikistan and Latvia. Your referee in charge of the action is from Sri Lanka, Mohammad Safrask.
He's 6 wins, 4 defeats and a draw as a pro, Likalu, 1-0 in IBA Pro. And I'll just explain that IBA Pro category just a little bit more. Basically, as people who follow elite international amateur boxing will know, for a good while now you've been able to pursue an amateur career as we describe it and a professional career concurrently. Plenty of people have done it, plenty of people are still doing it, numerous people in this competition, but that relies on the country that you're boxing for allowing you to do that, and not everybody does. And that's why the IBA Pro category has been created for this competition. The idea to get as many people here as possible, keep that door open to as many contenders as possible.
Round 1.
So here we go, Aboudabad of Palestine in the red, Likalu from the Democratic Republic of Congo, made his way to the UK, now boxes out of Luxembourg. He's in the blue. Good right hand to the body there from Likalu. Good crunching straight right hand as well. He's come out of the blocks very quick here, Likalu, and this is what he's about. He's a good physical fighter. He likes to get onto the inside and let those hands go. And that's why he's been used by IBA Pro on a couple of cards, because he will bring it. He will travel and he will bring it. Thumping that right hand into the body. Aboudabad just trying to respond. That's a nice combination. Goes down to the body and then up to the head, and Aboudabad is just trying to pick up the pace and go with Likalu here, because you can't afford to just give the first round away in these 3-round fights. And if somebody makes a quick start, you've got to just try and rev up and get with them as quick as you can. Good left hand there from Likalu. He turned on the ropes really, really well. And Aboudabad was just caught standing a bit tall, and he pinned him with a solid left hand. And I think there's a bit of damage to Likalu around the right eye, or the right hand side of the nose maybe. We'll get a better look when he turns around. I can't really see where the cut or abrasion or whatever it is actually is. Maybe it's just a little bit of blood out the end of the nose. It doesn't look serious. When Likalu just straight back into it, and these are just setting their feet and letting their hands go, just ripping in with massive hooks, uppercuts. He turns southpaw, Likalu. They've still got a minute remaining in the round. Abudabot just managing to turn Lukalu, but then just found that he'd shut off his own space a little bit. He was on top of his man a bit too close. And he's giving the standing count here, the referee. It was a good solid left-hander thing that landed there from Lukalu, but you can look at Abudabot there. He's not impressed by this at all, just demonstrating that he's got absolutely perfect balance. It was a strong enough shot, but it didn't really, for me, elicit too much of a reaction, and I can understand why Abudabot isn't best pleased about that. But as we discussed previously, a standing count is something that the referee decides to give. It doesn't necessarily influence the way that judges will score a round. There's no requirement for them to score a round 10-8, for example, as there is in the pros. If somebody inflicts a count on the opposition, it's all about interpreting dominance. And that was a round, I think, that Lukalu did dominate. I wouldn't necessarily say to the tune of a 10-8, but maybe some of the judges might think differently on that score. 10-9s across the board, and I would say that was fair.
Seconds out.
The great and the good of the IBA.
Round two.
Sat in the VIP seats just over my right shoulder. Abudabot is trying to go with Lukalu here. He's just finding it a difficult thing to do. He gets a little bit low there, Lukalu. The method is good because he's a strong fighter. Actually quite small for a middleweight, really, when you look at him. He turns southpaw there, but he's got good core strength because there's a lot of lateral movement employed in what he does. He doesn't throw too many straight punches, although he does throw some, but gets good torque, good rotation into all of those hooks. And a gum shield has come out. Whose is that? It's Abudabot's. Abudabot just having a little bit more success in the last 30 seconds in that he's getting on top of Lukalu and just managing to force him back a little bit. He's not landing anything particularly clean, but just the dynamic of it has changed slightly. The Palestinian just looking physically maybe the stronger of the two now, just for this spell anyway. Lukalu's put a lot into this so far. And these two just trading off at close quarters. And you look at Lukalu there, just looking over the shoulder of his opponent. And as I say, a lot of effort has gone into this. And Abudabot needs to finish this round strong. If he can finish this round strong, he can win this round. And then it's all set up for the third and final round. But he's got to get it done in this second round here, Abudabot. This is it for him now. He can't afford to go into round three 2 points down on 3 or more of the judges' scorecards. He's got to win this round with 3 judges to keep it alive. And I'm not sure he's quite done enough. So there goes the battle at the end of round 2. It's been a good fight to watch this right from the beginning. Lakalu started strong. Abudabart, as I said, just needed to try and go with him. Has done his best to go with him. In the second half of that round, I think was having the better of it. There's just that little nick that I think occurred in the opening round that hasn't proved to be a problem. We'll have to wait and see what scores we get, because with Abudabart down with all 5 judges after the first round, 10-9s all around, he needs to win this second round with 3 judges. That keeps it alive, because then he'll have 3 drawn cards, and if he can win the final round with those 3, then he can win the fight. But he needs at least 3 of these scores.
Seconds out.
Okay, so the bell just about to go for the start of round 3.
Third and final round.
And what have we got? So Lakalu is up by a couple of rounds with 2 of the judges, so he did enough. He did enough in that round of Abudabart. He did exactly what we've been outlining, and he's given himself a chance here, because 3 of those cards are poised at 19 apiece. He got that second round with 3 judges, and that is absolutely crucial, because if he can turn those 3 19-19s into 29-28s, then he wins the fight. Getting that 3rd card in that second round in that scenario is absolutely critical. Otherwise, you're down by 2 rounds. You're down 20 points to 18 with 3 judges, with the majority, and you've got a massive problem. So he's got a chance here, Abudabart, a big chance. And this might well just come down to who can dig deepest here. Lakalu put a lot into the first round. He put plenty into that second round, and Abudabart, I think it's just got the wind in his sails a little bit here. But these 2 have really got to dig in now. I think they'll both just appreciate a little bit of rest there, to be honest. But they've got to go. Both of these 2 have got to go. They've got to pour it all out here. And they're both pretty weary. A bit of a laboured looking 1-2 there from Lakalu. Abudabart just creeping in. He's got to let his hands go. We can't get to that position and do nothing. We're in for a great finish here, midway through round 3. Left to the body there from Lakalu was decent. Abudabart wears the right hand. The gum shield has come out. They're trading on the inside. It's great stuff. So who's got more left? It could be that simple. To 18 with 2 judges in favour of Lakalu going into that final round. The other cards were poised at 19 apiece, so Abudabart would need to convert all of those drawn cards into wins. Lakalu needs just 1 of them, and from where I'm sitting, that was a Lakalu round. It was tremendous stuff, though. Tremendous stuff right from the start. Abudabart really came back into it in the second round, just did enough to keep it alive for that 3rd and final round, and it was all about will and desire at that point, and also technique, because when you're tired, that counts for so much. And Lakalu just held his together a little bit more, I thought, but we'll have to wait for the judges.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the judges' scorecards, where we have a split decision in favor of your winner. In the blue corner, representing IBA Pro, Michael Lakalu.
So he gets it 4-1. He gets it 4-1. So he needed those 3 cards, Abudabart. He got 1 of them, and that's a fair shake from the judges. Lakalu did enough in that final round, I thought. But that was tremendous to watch. Really, really good to watch. Between 2 fighters I'm not familiar with in the amateur ranks. Lakalu I've seen plenty as a pro, but very little amateur background. Abudabat 4-0 as a pro. Not much recent international amateur experience. I think we will now have a couple of walkovers to announce.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next two contests were walkover contests. Therefore, proceeding into the next round, firstly from Armenia is Vakgang Haryunyang. And also proceeding into the next round from Kyrgyzstan is Sirgak Abdizafar. Our next contest in Ring A is in the 75 kilogram middleweight division. Please welcome into the ring first from Tanzania in the red corner, Enzi Matthew Kasilika.
So another middleweight contest next up. Enzi Matthew Kasilika from Tanzania.
And his opponent comes into the blue corner representing the Seychelles, Joshua Aaron Cousin.
And Joshua Cousin of the Seychelles, who competed in the 2022 African Championships. Kasilika is a little bit of a mystery man again, somebody else who it's not been easy to source information on.
Your judges for this contest come from Azerbaijan, Kyrgyzstan, Colombia, the United Arab Emirates and Tunisia. Your referee in charge of the action from Palestine, Mohammed Abu Remleh.
Round 3.
So that's Joshua Cousin of the Seychelles. And in red there, Enzi Kasilika of Tanzania.
Round 1.
And straight into the middle of the ring and straight into action, and the referee immediately there has stopped the fight to give a standing count, and we barely got going. That was less than 10 seconds. Josh Cousin just steamed across the ring, let his hands go, because Ilalika didn't really know what had happened, and before he knew what was going on, the referee was brandishing his fingers and reeling off the count, and Cousin again here has just steamed into him, and Kasilika has been stopped. He has been stopped in, I reckon, 31 seconds there. The referee just stepping in and stopping the fight straight away. And he is in the best position to judge, and that is double quick. In terms of an actual stoppage, that might be the quickest one I've ever seen in an elite international amateur ring. I've seen a fight stopped on a head clash after about 15 seconds back in Belgrade 4 years ago in the World Championships, but that was a different kind of scenario altogether. He came storming across the ring there, Cousin, let his hands go. Kasilika had the standing count, and then he just picked up where he left off, and he had him pinned on the ropes above us, connected with a good few solid clean blows, and the referee stepped, and there he is, he's landed with a big solid left hand, and he's just teeing off. And the referee decided that the best thing to do was for him to intervene. Tremendous performance.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next contest in Ring A is in the 75 kilogram middleweight division. Please welcome into the ring in the red corner representing Israel, Miroslav
Kapula'ishenko.
Kapula'ishenko from Israel. Born in Russia, boxing out of Israel, 3-0 as a pro. A lot of international amateur experience. Went pretty deep in the World Championships in 2023. Lost his third fight to Aslan Beksin Burganov. I saw him at the 2021 World Championships. He's been around for a long time.
And also please welcome his opponent from the Solomon Islands, Oswald Talaka.
And Talaka making his way to the blue corner, a bronze medalist at the 2023 Pacific Games. What an act to follow that is, though, from Josh Cousin.
Your judges for this contest come to you from Egypt, Latvia, Morocco, Kazakhstan and Serbia. Your referee in charge of the action from Afghanistan is Tamim Sultani.
Little jog up the steps across the ring from Kapula'ishenko from Oswald Talaka from the Solomon Islands.
Round one.
Kapula'ishenko in the red in the southpaw stance. Talaka boxing orthodox in the blue, just up on his toes a bit. Talaka, good strong right hand, but then Kapula'ishenko comes back with his own right hand. Short with the right hand there, Talaka, and then Kapula'ishenko just rocked his head back slightly with the left. Right hand into the body there from Talaka. Head's almost coming together there. Looking for a big bomb there with that overhand left, Kapula'ishenko, and Talaka saw that coming from a while out. He's just put his foot on the gas a bit here, Kapula'ishenko. Trying to bring the heat a touch. The left hand just knocks Talaka back into the ropes. Carries those hands low. Ishenko looks to fling everything up from the waist. He gets some good pop on his shots, I think, by the look of it. Reaching for that right hand there, Talaka didn't quite manage to land it. He is a tall, rangy, long kind of a fighter. Just leaning in with the head there, Ishenko. He's tempting you in. A little bit of a nick somewhere on the forehead. Is there, or just round the bridge of the nose there of Ishenko? Kapula'ishenko? No, I don't think so, actually. Maybe just the lights playing tricks on me. The referee just calling a halt to tell Talaka to keep his head up. There goes the bell at the end of round one. And it was a round that, the longer it went on, Kapulashchenko began to dominate.
Seconds out. Round two.
10-9 across the board there from our judges in favour of Kapulashchenko. Talaka just needs to get his feet a little bit closer. He does have a reach on him. He's got long arms. He gets tighter there, but then just wears a left hand because he didn't get off quite fast enough. But he's got to commit that little bit more. In that first round at times, he's trying to keep it on the outside, but Kapulashchenko is one of these guys who's got quite the simple method. He will look to get in tight and then he will just punch. And he will punch like he means it. But he's not the hardest to hit, I wouldn't say. Again, that right hand there, he's just out of range there. I think maybe a clash of heads there. Or was the contact with the inside of the glove? He wasn't too happy about something. Ishchenko Kapula. I think there is a little bit of a mark on the bridge of the nose. I don't think it's from anything that happened in this fight. Then the back leg just slips and gives way underneath him. He was a bit lucky there actually because, well, he would have had to have been unlucky for that to result in an injury, but the way it collapsed underneath him, it could have. That's better from Talaka on the turn. Let that right hand go midway through round two. Good left hand into the body there from Kapulashchenko, and there's some blood coming from the mouth there, is there? Or is it the end of the nose there from the fighter in red? Well, let's have a look. He's going to come and see the doctor on the near side. If he just turns around, it's coming out the end of the nose. And he did over on the far side of the ring when the referee stopped things, just dab at his head with the glove. I think he felt like there'd been some contact there and it wasn't entirely legal. I don't know whether that was from what he felt was a head clash or a punch, and I just saw a little signal there from the referee. I think he's saying that that damage has come maybe from a clash of heads, but it's going to give Talaka some encouragement nonetheless, however it's happened, and he's looking to steam into Ishchenko Kapula now. Good left hand there from Kapulashchenko, and again there's quite a lot of blood coming out to the end of that nose. And the referee has signalled the end of the fight there, and he's coming over to the judges at ringside and telling them that they need to put a score in for that round. So that tells me that that damage was done due to an accidental foul, presumably a clash of heads, or possibly with the inside of the glove, because he's telling the judges that they need to score that round and we'll go into the cards. And obviously if it had been caused by a punch, then you win the fight. If you stop somebody due to damage you've inflicted with a punch, that's pretty straightforward. But it's going to go to the cards, and that partial round will be scored. 10-9 across the board, remember, for Kapulashchenko in round one. If we got them all but the other way in favour of Oswald Talaka, then they'd all have to just give us a final decision, the judges anyway. But our MC has got the slip of paper in his hand.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the judges' scorecards where we have a unanimous decision in favour of your winner. In the red corner, representing Israel, Miroslav Kapula-Ishenko.
And it's Kapula-Ishenko who gets it. He got the scores in that second round, and so goes through by unanimous decision. A shame that we didn't get to see the rest of it. It's always an unsatisfactory way for a fight to finish, but unfortunately it's just something that can always happen. Okay, so now we venture into the heavyweight division.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next contest in Ring A is in the 92 kilogram heavyweight division. Please welcome into the ring first, in the red corner, representing Kazakhstan, Nurmagomedov Yusupov.
Nurmagomedov Yusupov of Kazakhstan, 24 years old, from Karaganda.
And his opponent comes to the ring in the blue corner, representing Tajikistan, Navruz Jafoyev.
Navruz Jafoyev of Tajikistan. The more experienced of the two at international level, not by a lot.
Round 3. Your judges for this contest are from the United Arab Emirates, Romania, Morocco, Azerbaijan and Palestine. Your referee in charge of the action from Sri Lanka is Mohammad Safrask.
So touch your gloves. Karaganda, the hometown of Yusupov. Kuzan, the hometown of Jafoyev in Tajikistan.
Round 1.
So Kazakhstan against Tajikistan, and it is Yusupov in the red, orthodox fighter. Jafoyev boxing out of the southpaw stance in blue. Good strong right hand, and that has really shaken him up, and I'm not sure if he'll be allowed to continue here. He got hit by the right hand, and the corner decided to stop it anyway because he has scrambled. And what a start, what a finish, in fact, from Nurmagomedov Yusupov, and you could see the impact that that punch had had, and I don't think he really knows what's happened, to be honest with you. I'm looking at him away to my right hand side. He's kind of claiming that he got hit around the back of the head maybe, but that was a really, really solid shot, and he did very well not to go down because the knees loosened and you could see he was in trouble, and the coach was up on the apron really before the referee had even had a chance to stop it, and I don't think there's any chance that the referee would have allowed it to go on. But wow, we've had some early finishes in this ring this evening, we really have.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this contest via knockout in the red corner, representing Kazakhstan, Nurmagomedov Yusupov.
Well, a bit like the win from Josh Cousin earlier on, Yusupov hasn't given us much of an opportunity to have a look at him there, has he? Because he stepped into the middle of the ring and he's detonated. And we'll get to have another look at it here, I'm sure. But that was pretty heartbreaking for Jafoev because he just didn't have a chance to get into the fight at all. And there it is. It is kind of round the top of the head, and those kinds of punches can be very damaging. It doesn't seem to land all that clean, but you see the legs go, and you know he's in trouble. Earlier this year, we saw Joseph Parker connect with Martin Bacoli high on the head. It wasn't that clean a punch, but these are big men. And you get hit up there and it can really just scramble you. That's the best word for it. And that was all she wrote. So it's a quick tournament for Navruz Jafoev, but that is the game they're in. That is the nature of the beast, I'm afraid. So Yusupov goes through to the next stage. And they're just having a look at Jafoev at ringside here. They're checking him out.
Our next contest in Ring A is the final contest of this evening. In Ring A, it is in the 92 kilogram heavyweight division. Please welcome into the ring in the red corner from Zimbabwe, Zobanzi Moyo.
Zobanzi Moyo of Zimbabwe. Will be boxing out of the red corner. We've had some action in Ring A tonight. And Jafoev still making his way out.
And the winner of this bout, after the bout review, on points, split decision, is the boxer in the blue corner, Mali.
And his opponent comes to the ring in the blue corner representing Australia, Leo Nicholson.
And Leo Nicholson, interesting story behind Leo Nicholson. Stopped boxing for 10 years when he was 17 years old. Came back in the last couple of years boxing out of Guy Moon, BC. Started a GoFundMe to get me to this competition, but I don't think needed it, luckily, in the end.
Tunisia, Italy and Egypt. Your referee in charge of the action is from Kazakhstan, Ruslan Bibuyev.
So Moyo of Zimbabwe, that's him there, and in the blue, Nicholson of Australia. From a part of Australia on the New South Wales-Victoria border. Albury Wodonga. I was checking him out yesterday and it was an interesting little rabbit hole to go down. Get some great stories in boxing, and it's been an open door policy for this World Championships, encouraging as many people to get here as possible. And Nicholson is one of those guys, so we'll see what he's got. Little feint there from Nicholson. Looking for the jab to the body there, Moyo. Solid looking right hand to the body from Nicholson, but taken on the forearm by Moyo. Well, the bell went in the other ring, and Nicholson for a second there thought it was the end of the round. We're only midway through the round. When you've got two rings right next to each other, you do get that every now and again. He's looking for that right to the body, but he's dropping the elbow on it pretty well there, Moyo, so he's not showing any signs of letting it through. And you look at the length of his arms, when he drops that elbow in, he's capable really of covering the whole of his torso. And no one's really got through with anything super clean in this opening round so far, so there's not really much to go on heading into the final minute of it. It's up for grabs this opening round, and winning the opening round in a 3-round fight can be so important. Well, let's go with a left hook, but again I think it was just short. That's decent from Nicholson, got nice and close, double jab, moved in behind it, right hand straight down the middle. I think half got through, and then the body shots looked pretty good. Trying to chop down with the right hand there, Moyo, didn't quite land it, and then the left hand was blocked. Huge right hand there from Nicholson, and he has put Moyo down, and Moyo is staggering around and he's got no idea what is happening, and the referee has waved it over, and that is another knockout. That was an absolute monster shot from Leo Nicholson. Just stepped out, winged over the right hand, big smearing dirty punch it was, landed on Moyo, and down he went. Steps out and threw it really well. Fantastic stuff there from Leo Nicholson. What a win. I outlined his backstory briefly at the start of the fight, then what a start he has made, and we have had some fights in this ring this evening. That's 2 knockouts we've had. We've had all sorts of early finishes, and that's the best one of the lot. It was a lovely right hand from Yusupov against Jafoev, which caught him kind of high on the head, but that was clean from Nicholson. He threw that lead foot wide and then just winged in that right hand, and he caught him right on the button, and he sprang straight back up to his feet.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of our final contest in Ring A via knockout in the blue corner, representing Australia, is Leo Nicholson.
He got straight back to his feet, Moyo, to give him credit, but there was just no way the referee was going to let that continue. He was all over the place, and I think he will be for a little while yet. They'll need to check him out and give him the concussion test and see that he's okay, and keep a good close eye on him overnight.
Our final contest was a walkover contest. Therefore, proceeding into the next round, representing Armenia will be Narek Manayesin.
Okay, and with the announcement of that walkover, Narek Manassian of Armenia going through by walkover against Michael Schuster of the Cook Islands. That concludes the action, and I will just leave you with that knockout. What a shot! What a shot! It seemed fairly routine for him. He barely even cracked a smile. But we've had some terrific stuff in Ring A on this opening day, particularly in this evening session. And there's just the details of the walkover. So we've had a few walkovers throughout the course of this opening day, but that comes with the territory early in a tournament. And all that remains now is for me to thank you for your company. I hope you enjoyed that. I definitely did. And we will be back again tomorrow. 2 more sessions tomorrow. First one at 5 o'clock local time, second one at 9 o'clock. And the details there. That lasted about 30 seconds, Josh Cousin against Kasilalika. An early finish between Kapula Rishenko and Oswald Talika as well, due to a head clash. A very early finish between Yusupov and Jafoev due to a punch. Another early one, thanks to Nicholson, who we just saw. Tremendous fight between Michael Lakalu and Kazim Abudabat. So all in all, a very enjoyable evening. And with that, I bid you farewell. Thank you for your company. And hopefully, if you have any sense at all, you will join us again tomorrow.
providing he keeps his chin out of... Oh, what a right uppercut, my goodness! That is a wonderfully picked punch from Mohamed Youssef, and taking it, remaining upright, is Innocent Bugenga. Credit to him, he's going in search of the big round that he needs in order to get himself back into contention here. Remember, 2 scorecards of 2017, 3 scorecards of 2018, as Youssef just dropping down with the left hand to the body. But that was an absolutely cracking uppercut uncoiled by Youssef. Just beyond the halfway stage of this third and final round here now. And again, you have to admire the commitment and the determination of Bugenga. You see, I think that's hitting on the brake, because when the referee is issuing the command of break, Youssef isn't really taking a step back and he's springing straight back into action. Now, of course, the referee's mantra is to protect yourself at all times. Flashing right hand landed on the inside by Bugenga, perfectly illustrating the fact that he is still in there continuing to compete, and he believes that he can find the finishing shot that he needs in the remaining 30 seconds and change of this third and final round. So again, nice movement in the pocket from Youssef. And for a man who is vitalized by the sport of boxing, well, Bugenga will have plenty to look back upon here. There's plenty to work on as well. Rapier-like right hand snaps into the face of Bugenga. And despite his best efforts, Innocent Bugenga hasn't been able to produce the big final round that he needed. An incident-filled encounter in this round of 64 bouts in the 75-kilogram middleweight division. This man competed right up until the very final bell, having taken an 8 count in the first round and decked heavily in the second, and walking on to that brilliant right uppercut in the third. Took it well, competed all the way to the conclusion of the contest, letting his hands go throughout. But I think there can be little doubt that it's going to be a unanimous point decision victory for seeking to try and get over the front foot, but he just ran into the accurate punch picking of Nanit Zanyan. There's a good right hand landed by Lockstein. Skillful heavyweight encounter, this one. Both men, their repertoire, and the cut left eye is going to be inspected once again. I'm keeping an eye on the referee. And he said that the cut has been worsened by a punch. So in the event that this inspection results in the bout being stopped, it will be RSCI. We won't go to the scorecards. And this is the fate that can sometimes befall boxers. The cut caused by a clash, worsened by a punch. And so if that inspection did cause the bout to be stopped, then it would have been an inside the distance victory, no scorecards required for Vagkan Nanit-Zanyan. But he's made it past the inspection of the doctor, but his problems continuing to mount here now. Good work to the body from Nanit-Zanyan, and he will be encouraged by this injury that has been sustained by Lockstein, who for the first time is trying to operate as a back foot boxer, but while he was near the ropes and thinking about his attack, he was picked off by a sumptuous two-punch combination. So it's a really difficult mission here now for Daniel Lockstein, but of course his desire won't be diminished. Nanit-Zanyan just touching his man with punches where he reduced the power. Effective defense with the gloves from Lockstein. Because again, what did he do? He's an orthodox boxer. Demonstrated that he was effective fighting out of the crowd just as he was seeking to set up there. Good left hand slung into the body from Nanit-Zanyan, and then a right hand to the rib cage from the opposite flank. Oh, that's a cracking left hook from Nanit-Zanyan, and it just seemed to shake Lockstein down to his boots. He's tucking up behind high-held gloves. Now, has he recovered from that thunderous left hand which caught him flush? The boxer in shape can recover in a flash, of course, and look at the way Nanit-Zanyan's hands will be able to snake in between the defenses of Lockstein. Lockstein continuing to show good body language, just showing good head movement to avoid that incoming fire from Nanit-Zanyan. Nanit-Zanyan keeping his head out of harm's way. The referee allowing them to work on the inside. Neither boxer able to free their hands and take advantage of that coming together at close range. Walking his way back into the pocket and blasting away to the body with his backhand is Nanit-Zanyan. Remember, he took the first round unanimously, and I think, well, the second round was in a similar vein to the first, if not more effective for the man in the red corner, because he landed with some really solid singles, such as that right hand followed by the left hook, which stopped Lockstein in his tracks. But he took the punch as well. But I don't think, despite being in the round, that he's done enough to take the round. What say the 5 scoring judges? So 2 rounds completed, and each of them has been taken unanimously by Vagkan Nanit-Zanyan.
Seconds out.
So as we move into the third and final round, Vagkan Nanit-Zanyan, in his 3rd consecutive appearance at an IBA World Championships, having competed in Belgrade 2021 and Tashkent 2 years ago, is in a strong position, having taken the first 2 rounds unanimously, multiple national titles as well in his homeland. Still accurate with the left hand there. Back in 2017 in the Continental Youth event, he slapped with another scything left hook, good right hook to the body from Lockstein. But he came away with a European Youth Silver in 2017, losing to the estimable Azeri boxer Mohamed Abdullayev. So the man in blue needs a massive final round here. He's conceded the first 2 rounds for all of the judges. The corner have done a good job staunching the flow of blood. There he slams in a left hand to the body, followed by a right hand that landed around the temple. Then another body shot just doubles over Nanit Zanyan momentarily. He's looking for a sneaky counter right hand. Bobbing and weaving and rolling his way out of a crouch, looking for that left hook once again is Lockstein. There was a slashing left hand whipped in by Nanit Zanyan. And again, both boxers seemingly sometimes at close range, almost as though they're waiting for the referee to intervene, but the referee happy for them to work away on the inside. Nice right hand driven into the body by Nanit Zanyan. And again, Lockstein, you get the impression, the way that he moves in the pocket, that he's more ideally suited to work on the inside. But when he's being shoulder to shoulder, chest to chest, he just waited for the referee to separate the two. And isn't taking advantage where he could be digging away downstairs in a bid to bring the hand down and then land the finishing shot that he invariably needs after 2 completed rounds of boxing. He needs a knockout or several knockdowns. Nanit Zanyan breathing through a mouth that's open. But he's managing this 3rd and final round well. Bit of a ponderous roundhouse right there, which wasn't counted. He's feeling the effects of his exertions here now. But he can enter bout management mode and just stay out of harm's way. Putting 2 shot salvos together nicely. Left hand sunk in just above the belt line. And that was a very impressive display from Vagkan Nanit Zanyan. Daniel Lockstein, bedeviled by some bad luck in that opening round after an accidental coming together, saw him sustain a cut over his left eye. Never stopped competing, Lockstein. But trailing 20 points to 18 after 6 minutes of boxing, he needed a massive final round. And Nanit Zanyan was able to keep his composure and his wits about him to the extent that he never was in any serious trouble. So let's get the official particulars. It will be the man in red, unanimous points decision victor.
The winner of this bout, on points by unanimous decision, is the boxer in the red corner, Vagkan Nanit Zanyan.
So Vagkan Nanit Zanyan declared a unanimous points decision victor over Daniel Lockstein of Germany, taking all 3 rounds for all 5 scoring judges. And the man from Greece goes through to the next round of the heavyweight tournament. Some of the action from that contest.
Bout 53 in ring B, weight category 92 kilograms. Referee Steven Masiangombi, Zimbabwe. Into the red corner, please welcome the boxer representing Lebanon, Abdallah Antonio Bo.
So here then are 5 scoring judges for what will be our final competitive bout of the evening, because we have a walkover in bout number 14. As we see, our judges will be scoring this one.
Tonga, una lodo, Drenau, Havea. Judges. Judge 1, Algeria. Judge 2, Russia. Judge 3, Azerbaijan. Judge 4, Spain. Judge 5, Kyrgyzstan.
So up into the ring is Abdullah Bou, 23 years of age, the lone representative of Lebanon here in Dubai 2025. And his opponent is 24-year-old Unaloto Javier of Tonga. He one of a 2-man team from the Pacific Island nation. So we're underway then.
Round 1.
Preliminary round action, and the man in blue has come out blazing and set about his opponent immediately, and a pile-driving right cross sends Abdullah Bou to the canvas. And if the referee allows him to continue, well, I'm not sure he's going to make it out of the first round, given the way that Unaloto Javier set about him right from the opening bell, and a blistering combination penetrates the defenses of Bou. And the referee from Zimbabwe has seen enough. This contest over in a blink. A 29-second first round stoppage. And Unaloto Javier, the 2025 Oceania Championship silver medalist, came here in no mood to hang around. Took a look at his opponent across the ring, marched across the ring, landed a right cross which sent his opponent to the floor. And on the resumption, he was unerringly accurate and relentless. And it's the briefest of stays here at Dubai 2025 for Abdullah Antonio Bou of Lebanon. And now we just await the official particulars, because through to the next round to face off against Vagkan Nanit-Zanian goes storming Unaloto Javier. What a contest, what a finish. Did not waste any time.
By a referee stop contest, the boxer in the blue corner, Unaloto Drenau, Javier, Tonga.
So, Unaloto Javier, a first round stoppage victor. The briefest of performances here to wrap up our action, because bout number 13 in ring B, bout number 54, is a walkover. That was also scheduled at heavyweight, but the man from Gabon unable to make it to the ring. As we take another look at the first knockdown score by Unaloto Javier.
Winner by walkover, Abdullah Rajab of Cambodia.
Waving things off in the opening round. So there is confirmation of the walkover victory for Abdullah Rajapov of Cambodia at the expense of the man from Gabon. So that wraps up session 2B here at the Dubai duty-free open-air tennis venue, and it's been a magnificent day of action. There a look at the session results in the bouts that were scheduled. Outstanding action at light welterweight, light middleweight, middleweight and heavyweight, concluding with a cracking first round KO produced by the man from Tonga. So make sure that you join us tomorrow. We'll be back on the air, 5 p.m. local time as day 2 gets underway for session 3B here. Excuse me, yes, 3B indeed. From Ring B, as the 23rd edition of the IBA Men's World Championships continues. Thank you for staying with us. We're going to leave you with the highlights from what was a cracking session of boxing here in Ring B. Bye for now.